Hey, I'm Matt Turner, and I'm here to explain to you how I tune the Hagstrom HB8. A normal 8-string is tuned to a standard 440 EADG using octave strings and low bass strings. The octave strings are usually more like a baritone guitar string. What I've done is moved out of the 440 realm to get some interesting sounds and gone with the 66.6 tuning, which goes G, D, A, E from lowest to high, much like a mandolin or a fiddle, basically an upside-down bass. With my first tuning, I've got an octave G for low, paired with a bass G. The next one gets a little harder to fret when we go with 2 normal bass D strings. It's not always fun if you're, playing more than one note. Your next grouping is the A string, and that's 2 A strings that would be off of a baritone guitar. And finally, for the high strings, which is the E, you're going to have 2 unison E strings. Now, the way this differs from a mandolin is all unison. But I realized that fretting a unison G string, would be a complete pain and, quite hard on a 2-hour gig, which is why I went with the octave on the low G. These alternate tunings allow me to enter the realm of a very melodic side of the bass playing, where with the lower notes you can still ride any sort of low root note action, but it also allows you to play very melodical sections such as. And also with the higher sympathetic strings, almost much like a mandolin, it's going to give you more of a chorus effect, even on harmonic pulls. You've always got that, you're never ever going to get it completely in tune, so you get a warble, much like a Leslie effect or a chorus effect. So now I'm going to explain to you the signal path of how I'm running the HB8 Hagstrom, which I love to death. The high strings and the high end are all going through the Ashdown Mag 300 into the Ashdown VS212. The low end is going through the ABM 500 into the Ashdown ABH BP 1510. Now how I split up these signals is the signal path comes from the bass, goes into my volume pedal, and the out from the volume pedal goes to the high-end amp signal. The tuner out from the volume pedal goes to the tuner out goes to the low end, which allows me to blend effects, and only the effects are going to the high end, which I will now demonstrate a very melodic phrase blending the effects. If I click the tuner off, it's low end. If the volume pedal is off, it's only unaffected low end. But I can blend in however much wet or dry effect I want, much like this. also allows me in more of a rock and roll setting when it is just root notes and you don't need all the high-end breakup to be able to just, thump. Much like one of our songs on the upcoming album from Jimmy at the Prom, Parasites. I start with a chorded part. Go into a low, more root note pattern. So really, the Hagstrom allows me to have both sides of almost a melodic guitar part and a root note, and splitting the signal through all the Ashdown rigs allows me to have the best of both worlds.